where else can you get car crashes, streaming, Demon Slayer hype, and white privilege all in one? Like,
so yeah, stay tuned to the Unboxing Life podcast to listen to David and Trevor radiate the exact same wavelength of positive thinking.
That is A1 headassery, yeah.
My FBI agent on standby to perform the Heimlich maneuver at any given moment. For sure.
my FBI agent's just like trying to figure out how to sell me cereal now.
And as we were leaving, the car, which was smoking, started to burst into flames.
Nice.
So literally, if he had been knocked out in his car or something and had stayed in there for like a minute, he could have just gotten cooked.
Sweet.
It's okay. You can sit there and be terribly incorrect. It's fine.
We ended up getting 12 subs in one night. It was like the most bonkers. It was probably I said it on stream. It was the best night of my life, like by far.
I was saying, doesn't Dolores send him away, or was it my tripping?
The lore or the Lord?
Dolores
Dolores.
Umbridge.
The Lord sent him away.
Begone from this place, Rubius Hagrid. You are banished by order of the Lord. Jesus Christ commands you. Exit this premises.
Oh, man.
Okay, and I think it's time to say, with that, number 61 beautiful people of Unboxing Life podcast. Why not?
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
Why not indeed? What's going on, everybody?
That probably didn't come through at all. So let's do it again.
Try again.
I said a rolling intro for everybody.
Yep.
I'm here. Still. I'm still here with Mikasa's scarf.
Yeah, I haven't changed my name. Just kind of lazy creatively. Honestly, I still don't have a quote. So fuck y'all. I hate my tradition to death.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All of this happening when we're stone cold sober in these streets.
Yeah, man.
God damn.
So-
Yeah, we
goes,
are
man.
lit off the freaking water.
Lit off the water. Yes. This is your
Yeah.
daily reminder to stay fucking hydrated, gamers.
Stay hydrated. You
Also, I'm joined
That's my
by
quote. Stay hydrated.
hat wearer.
hat wearer.
Oh my
What's
man, Dave.
Christian Dior shirt walker? Two hat wearer. Shout out to Benny. You know I killed that.
Wait. What song is that?
Sly Green. I'm a Christian Dior shirt rocking two Glock wearing. The only rapper that would have survived the Tupac era.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
on,
Yeah,
buddy.
I remember
David's-
that bar. Yeah.
David's rapper voice is just him struggling to say the words as he goes through the sentence. It just becomes more and more strained.
So
And it's
true.
somehow even harder than when Benny delivered it.
Yes, I'll be recognizable if I ever become a rapper.
It's like
We're
a
gonna have
constant
to
crescendo.
put that down, bro. We're gonna have to record that.
Exactly. Yo.
All right. And I'm also joined. I forgot. By Takara a hot tub, also known as Cannon.
Yes, GoFundMe.com/Takara Trove. That's what we're putting up.
Yes.
We gotta get Trevor shaking his ass on Twitch to get these subs, this subathon. We gotta get it going. You know?
I'm sure that'll be a channel points challenge for one of my Takara coins. You put in $5,000 and I'll twerk for you.
Shake that ass in a circle. Throw that ass in a circle.
They pay you to change your trunks, but they're just under the water anyways.
Yo, he's naked.
Oh no.
Yo, y'all know he's naked under them shorts?
Dang.
That's crazy.
True.
Insta sub.
And you gotta introduce yourself, man. A car crash killed Lily and James Potter, Hogwarts ass Conley, aka
Hagrid.
Hagrid. Hagrid.
Hagrid, the gamekeeper at Hogwarts.
Hagrid. Yep, that's
man.
I'm chilling. Thank you. We're here in the variety hour. We got some stories to tell. Thank you for joining us. So just listen in if you want to chill.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Actually, I do have a tradition that I would like to do. Can I go first?
Go ahead.
I'm
There you go. I'm passing.
we're gonna give. I think I went last time, or I went first next week as well. But I'm an egotistical bastard. But this deserves some
Good
shine.
job.
This deserves some shine, and I'm not egotistical. I promise. It's just a joke. So my beautiful girlfriend has a brother, and his name is Jose, and he has a friend named David also, and he's like the coolest dude ever. He's got like I hope you're listening because I'm like gonna big you up right now, but I didn't ask his permission to read this message, so hopefully he enjoys it. But he has like the best hair of all time that I've ever seen. He's got the fade all around, literally all around, and then he's got the most luxurious, like voluptuous hair, and like I want to touch it every time I see him. Like he's gorgeous.
Dang,
But
shut up.
we did for the loyal fans that know us, we did a Daft Punk episode last week, and this is one of David's. I'm assuming one of his favorite musical groups. And he's like, "Yo, he saw it on my story. He's like, yo, I gotta listen to this, right?" So he said, "I'm just gonna read the feedback that he gave us. Just heard the whole episode, Papo. Bro, I love your takes and how everyone was vulnerable about what they really thought about the album. Bro, that vulnerability really brings perspective because people who may not even like that music will be able to connect to one of your guys' perceptions. So I would definitely continue doing that and even try to promote it more. Bro, I learned a ton about Daft Punk from y'all, and that's insane given how much I've listened to all their albums. Much love. You got a true fan of me. Can't believe you hate Get Lucky, though." But that's
you. Yeah.
it's not an Apple Podcast review, but it's like genuine feedback, and we want to all thank you here at the Unboxing Life Podcast, David. We love you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great, insightful feedback. We really appreciate it. Yeah, that was dope. That was super dope to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What better way to thank you than on the actual podcast itself?
Yeah, it's exactly what we the maximum hope is to get a message like that of productive feedback and what you liked about the show, because it helps us a ton and it makes us feel nice. So as entertainers and everything like that. So yeah, thanks for sure. Shout out to you, my man.
My like the recurring theme I try to tell people about the show is just if it's like an hour that you can kind of escape away from your stress, and that we've done our job.
Yep.
That's what I look for with podcasting too. So hopefully this solves people's issues mentally, at least for an hour.
Yeah, man. Just chilling with us. Nice. Okay, who's going next?
I want to hear a fact.
Oh.
Because after Trevor's fact, I want to hear another fact.
Yeah.
I want to hear another.
Fair enough. So today's fact of the episode is that because of Calibri's status as the default font in Microsoft Office, there have been many instances of forged documents being identified because this font was used. One example that stands out is of Gerald McGoey, a Canadian business owner facing bankruptcy, who typed 2 documents which would have protected certain assets from the bankruptcy claim, but they were dated before Calibri's release in 2007, exposing them as forged. So, homie played himself because the font wasn't available until 2007 and the documents were dated 2005. So like in the court of law they spotted that and proved it, and were like, this is forged.
That's impressive.
What a fucking tool bag.
I mean, he was trying to protect like $5.2 million worth of assets or something like that, so it makes sense that he was doing it. But yeah, it's such a tiny mistake to get caught up on. It's hilarious.
Are you Bill Gates himself to know that, wait a minute, this font was not released in this particular time? Like, who are you to know that? That's crazy.
Detective work, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that's hilarious.
Exposed.
Man,
he's that guy's L.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And that man holding up now. All right.
I'm gonna give the I'm gonna give it to the track of the episode or
You-
week, whichever one you want.
Yeah, if I was the one that said it, it would have been track of the week. So
All right, suckers, man. I've been feeling the vibe, so
suckers, man.
I'm a sucker. Man.
So, yes, dude. My track of the week for this one is "It Was a Good Day" by Ice Cube.
Oh,
Had some good days recently, man. I've been feeling this, like, my dad's birthday recently. Shout out to George. I never call him that.
I've never known your dad's name, so yeah, shout out to George.
Yeah, and that
Good
was a
old
great relaxing day, time with my girlfriend, nice days, certain nice days, man. I've had, individual days. You got to appreciate them because they ain't all gonna be good. There's gonna be bad days coming, man. But that's, the Ice Cube song just says it perfectly. It's just like, hey, today was a good day, and then kind of outlines the stuff that could happen on a bad day. And it's like, that didn't happen, man, so I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a
I
great
feel you,
edit.
I feel you.
Classic
That's
song.
a classic.
Yeah, that's a big classic.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
on? Is that on his debut,
I
or
couldn't
is that
tell
on
you.
like the later albums?
I couldn't tell you, honestly.
Maybe
I know, I like-
debut.
It's like it's classic song, has like 120 million views on YouTube or something.
Yeah, no, it's solidified for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, stay tuned to the Unboxing Life podcast to listen to David and Trevor radiate the exact same wavelength of positive thinking. Love to
There
hear
you
it from
go,
you
yeah.
boys. You guys do that constantly, and I love it. So
I'm glad. Yeah. Yeah.
It is on his third album, The Predator, by the way.
Oh, okay. Dang. Nice.
Awesome song. I love that recommendation,
Yeah, man, there you go.
and I'm glad you're having some happy days, man. You deserve it.
exactly.
Yeah, hope everyone is.
That's
And
what
if
I'm
you're
saying.
not, there'll be some good ones coming. So that's how it works.
Can't have sunshine without a little rain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only rainbows after rain. That's what it is, right? So love it. All right, we got one left, right? Right, Alex?
Yep, that's me. That's the joke. And today's joke comes to you from the homie Jay, a certified dad. A family
Your brother's
friend.
a dad?
No, not my brother. It's a family friend. His name is Jay.
Nice.
Told me
Okay.
this joke the other day. He's a certified dad. He's legit. But
Yeah, he has his birth certificate for his kid to prove it.
he does have his children's
Sick.
birth certificate.
He's got the documentation. All right.
But what happens when you have kidney problems?
You said kidney.
God, man.
Kidney
Yeah.
problem. Wow, that's so.
You
Kid,
undergo.
soda.
You get put on a list, and then hopefully you are able to have an organ donor, and you undergo intensive surgery, and hopefully make a recovery.
That might be a little too deep, my boy. That might be a little too deep.
They write a whole Cells at Work episode about you.
It's a possibility.
Hmm.
But what happens when you got kidney problems? You're in trouble.
Oh my god.
Dude, yes. Nice.
Yeah, he's definitely a certified dad.
Yeah.
That's to say the very least.
Real.
I think that goes
is.
without saying, actually.
I had to remind myself what kidneys actually do for a second in order to understand that joke.
Yeah. That's some raw dad joke. Put it straight into your veins.
That is definitely some raw men dad joke.
There you go. Raw man.
Yeah, I think I might have.
Wow.
I
You just
confirmed.
broke the continuity of this podcast.
Our timelines have been so fucked up. So
Backwards week in, week out. It's fine.
Mm,
But yeah,
Nice.
That's
I think
fine.
I went a little bit too far. You might have been right there.
breaking it down, man. There you go.
all
Nice.
What the
man.
frick are we doing? What is the
What's
world?
We got some stories to tell, Cameron, you and I.
We do. I told you that I have a similar one as to yours. So, you brought it to the table. Let's hear it.
Sure. So
Break it down.
So I witnessed. I was driving. I witnessed a car crash. It was kind of nuts. Like an accident. You always see these things. You see these people on the side of the road. You say, "Damn, that's an accident." But you never
Damn, that's
rare.
an accident.
Rare are the times when you actually see it happen. So I was coming out the post office. I had to stop. I had to send off a package. I was coming out of the post office, and I'm going down the road, and then there's another car on the opposite side of the road, and he's coming. He's in the left lane, and so you know how you have people that they want to make a right turn, and sometimes they just pull out like maniacs.
Like
That's-
into
that's what
ongoing
you want-
traffic.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except there was this one Jeep just coming in the left lane. So he wasn't even in the right lane. But this dude pulling out was trying to make a right. And he pulls all the way right. He doesn't even go into the right lane. He goes all the way to the left lane and just
Ooh.
slams into this dude
Bruh.
right into the back. And he tore up his rear bumper because, like, that crap shattered everywhere. And I was driving and my car got hit by some shards.
Oh dang.
And then
That's-
to top it off, this dude did that right in front of a cop. The cop was right behind, and he just turns on his lights. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
damn.
damn. Well, that's, open and
He
close
knows
right
what
there.
he's doing for the next 6 hours.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
So it was the car that got hit moving?
Yeah, he was driving.
So he like the car that peeled out like caught up to him and just rear-ended him? Am I understanding
he,
that
like,
right?
He clipped him right by his like rear right tire
Oh,
area.
damn.
Oh man.
Brilliant.
That is A1 head assery. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, there's a whole subreddit with I think a few 100,000 people in it called "Idiots in Cars."
I
It's just
I don't understand how people make such wide turns. What are you doing? If you're
That's
gonna
it.
turn, freaking turn. But you went into both lanes, my guy.
Yeah.
It actually like it scares me to like drive in the right lane because there's always people turning into places and there's always people turning into your traffic lane.
yeah.
So like every time I pass by someone and I'm stuck in the right lane, I have my hand over the beep like or the horn like at all times. Like you
Yeah.
are not getting in front of me.
The amount of people who will pull out that just do not give you enough time, so you have to hit the brakes. And like, if I didn't slow down, I would have plowed right into you. It's just,
Mhm.
it happens to me like every other day. Like it's so at least it's so much.
Yeah.
That
And
is
people
Like, for
just
me-
don't know what like tailgating is. Like they follow you so dangerously close that when I brake, there's like a 90% chance that you're going to hit me if I have to slam these brakes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's the worst part. Like I haven't like throughout my driving career, I guess you could say the last like couple of years, I've been paying more and more attention to the rear view, and it's scary as fuck, man. Some of these people, the way they be driving, man, I almost don't even want to look back there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was every time we would go to, a football game or any sort of restaurant or anything, you'd drive up US 1, which turns into I-95, and it's just like, if you drive on that highway for at least 10 minutes, you have like 2 or 3 people who are like speed racer weaving through traffic. Like it's
I-4 in a nutshell.
I swear y'all down there in Florida, I swear y'all give out driver's licenses like M&Ms on Halloween. It's just anyone who asks for one. It's just like
Yeah.
it's
about
I
right.
think one of my coworkers, their mother failed a vision test, and they still gave her the license.
yeah, no.
I think she relocated from a different state and failed the vision exam. Like she had to go to the eye doctor to get a note that says that she could drive, and they still gave her the license. She can't see.
Oh,
Like
God.
she literally cannot see well enough to drive.
They're just like, well, she passed the hearing exam, so that's
Like she has a working foot. She can hit the brakes. Like
Good God.
fuck.
What?
All you gotta do is give her a Tesla.
There you go.
Now we're back at the
Yeah.
self-driving car conversation.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, no, it's intense out there. It's why that clip of like the libertarian debate, which is like the libertarians are like there should be no government, basically, like fuck all government regulation. And so the one guy, Gary John, they're debating like whether or not driver's licenses should even exist. And they're all like the few candidates are like, nah, like what's next? Like they're gonna make me get a license to buy cereal or like some shit like that. And and Gary Johnson's like, well, I'd like to see some competency before we like allow someone to drive a car, and the entire room just boos him out of existence. It's like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yes. Because what you forget there is that buying cereal is also a privilege. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and it can also kill people. You know.
There you go.
You know, you're walking through them tight alleyway or the aisles, and you just let go of your Cheerios, and someone just slips and dies, man.
If you consume it wrong, bro, if it goes down wrong, you can
Because
choke and die, man.
mini wheats, it can be kind of big sometimes. Not that many. Like,
I need
The
my
fiber
An
clump together
oxymoron, huh?
sometimes. I
Mini
guess.
wheats being big.
yeah, exactly.
Wheats, it's a little wheats, bro.
It is pretty wheat.
good God.
That's
I need my
impressive.
Mini wheats are fire though.
FBI agent on standby to perform the Heimlich maneuver at any given moment. For sure.
My FBI agent's just like trying to figure out how to sell me cereal now.
Yeah.
Your phone heard it. Yeah. No, I was
We're all
doing.
gonna see an ad for Lucky Charms.
I'm gonna get back to my car crash story in a second, but I was the freaking targeted ads are absurd. I was on my computer and I looked up student loan refinancing one time, and like I go on Instagram. 10 minutes later, there's an ad for student loan refinancing.
Oh yeah, I think I told
It's
you
all
during the
connected.
podcast,
It's
like,
all linked. It's like I hate it so much. It's so annoying.
No.
I landed a job and I had to get a notary stamp, and like I look it up, and not even 2 minutes later, it's on my Instagram feed. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me?
It's immediate.
It's so egregious.
It's literally just like reading your search history and pulling out shit. It's
This shit
ridiculous.
pisses me off because I'm supposed to be taking the MCAT, and because of that, it's the same ad of this guy in this suit with a businessman. He's like, the MCAT is hard and the MCAT is important. And every time it comes up, I'm like, I like actually shout at my phone like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm putting both fingers to the camera like this, like, and I am hitting that skip ad as soon as it gets down to 5 seconds. You better believe he has to get skipped. I hate that shit, man.
Yeah,
I think another thing I hate about ads, at least on YouTube, you watch a 15-second ad for a 35-second meme video. It's like, bruh, this shit is 40% of the thing that I'm about to watch. Are you shitting me?
It feels like 3 times as long as the video you watch after it. It's just like,
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like, let me just get the thing.
Any of you feel relieved when you get like a survey and you're just like, yes? And
and it especially because it lets you just click skip survey. Like you don't even have to select anything.
None of the above. Yeah. I remember I used to answer those, and I'm just like,
oh, you dweeb.
I know.
It's like I'm a cog in the capitalist machine. Damn it! Fuck.
Damn.
I'm not helping y'all at all. So
that's so
out of
good.
here.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So would you rather you help them so that they just give you more surveys instead of actual ads?
I mean, if they do that, then I might go along with it to benefit myself.
Yeah, I wonder if that actually affects it at all.
Yeah. Which have you guys ever bought anything from like targeted ads like that or like social media ads? I'd be like,
no. Sometimes I will check the website though. Like sometimes they'll be like, oh, Old Navy has got this like really great pair of shorts. Let me go look and see what it is. But I've never actually bought something from it. No.
Yeah, I've checked. That's about it.
I ended up getting the idea for an anniversary present from one of those ads. It was like one of the star charts where you can like go on the website and pick a date, and it shows you like the map of the stars on a certain date, and you can caption it and do all lovey-dovey shit. And so I got one of those as an anniversary present once, and that was an idea that I got from like a random targeted ad.
Oh wow!
And I don't know if I bought it from that site. The targeted ads that I do click on sometimes is like merch stuff, especially for anime. So like posters and like the most recent one I saw was like they had these really nice looking acrylic like chibi designed Jujutsu Kaisen characters, which were cool looking. But I don't know. I mean, now that I have money, I might start making those purchases. I gotta get T-shirts for the podcast
now that he
first.
has money, huh?
Money, hey.
Yeah.
Which,
like,
not to literally to give these people the entire game and help them tremendously, but yeah, those are the ones I click on too. It's the anime merch. I'm like, So
just
now,
it's more to look like it.
Yeah.
You got this subliminal like T-shirt or sublimation T-shirt where it's like it's covered in all of like the entire bit of it is covered in the anime, and it's like I want to see it. It's $35. I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah,
but I'll definitely look at it. There's a lot of cool, like now that you said about like the anniversary gifts, where there's a shit ton of those on Instagram. Like if you're like feeding for a good like unique creative gift, there's plenty of them. Like there's one that will take like the iTunes snapshot of like a song, and you can basically put whatever you want for the title, and like the artist and the album, whatever, and it looks just like the screenshot from the phone.
That's cool.
And you can fill in your own picture of what you want, so you can have like a you and her kissing picture or whatever, and put a lovey-dovey song, and it comes out on like glass, and you can hang it and shit. It's cool. There's a lot of cool shit on there, but
yeah,
I haven't bought any from it.
Yeah.
Dang, for sure.
Funny.
So
Well,
let's go
I've been
back to
dying
some
to
car
hear
crashes.
Yeah, we can roll on back.
Wow.
That's the week. That's never mind. What David said earlier, when he was talking about Alex's story, was kind of a perfect segue in that he said that people will just cut you off and you'll have to slam on your brakes and you have nowhere to go. And that is what happened with the car crash that I witnessed. We were in Vermont driving home from the ski mountain. It was me and my boy Nagady. This is a shout out to the kid Nagady yet again. Thanks for supporting the show. He listens pretty often, so shout out to my guy.
Shout out to the kid.
Yeah, so we were in a 2-lane highway driving down, and about 100 yards in front of us in the right lane was like a tractor trailer truck, so just an 18-wheeler. And in front of us, we were probably going, I think we were going like 75, something like that, in like a 65. And so this guy in front of us was in just a normal sedan, an older model, and just started like, he clearly like wanted to pass the truck or was just being a speed racer or whatever. So he was probably doing like at least like 85, 90, like tearing away in front of us. And so like the back of this truck so we're in the left lane. We got this one car in front of us that's tearing away in front of us. And then he's like starting to pass the back end of the tractor trailer, which is about 100 yards in front of us. And as he's like speeding past this truck, an SUV that none of us saw comes out from directly in front of the tractor trailer truck. No blinker, no nothing, just swerves like straight into the left lane. The driver that's going 90, and so the guy swerves out probably doing like 65, so probably like a 30-mile-an-hour deficit. So the guy that's tearing up the left lane now has about like 200 feet of stopping space for like 30 miles an hour, and just has like nowhere to go because there's a truck on his right and like the median to his left. So it's just the other side of the highway is there, but it's like a grass ditch, probably like 40 yards wide, something like that, between us and the other side of the highway. And so this car just completely cuts him off. He slams on the brakes. We're like right behind him, but Nagady's keeping solid distance because he's a good driver. Shout out my man. And so he's keeping good distance, and so he starts to slow down. And I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm like, well, I hope this goes well because I have no agency whatsoever. And so my boy starts slowing down, and we see this car, and it was one of those moments where like you don't realize until you see something like that playing out in front of you how long just 10 seconds is. Like that 10 seconds, you just absorb every piece of information going into you, and you're just like, it felt like it took forever, but it happened. It was over like that. And so this guy slams on his brakes, starts getting into the speed swerve, like is getting closer and closer to just destroying this guy, rear-ending him. And so he like starts to like skid a little bit, and he turns into the highway. And I assume he was like, this is how a lot of people die. And so he then started to turn the other way. And so he's still like skidding, slowing down, and he ends up going into the median. He drives off of the highway into the median. I'm like, okay, if he can slow down enough, he's fine. And then as he falls into the median and starts going up the hill on the other side, the car does a full flip. Just like flips completely over, lands on its roof. And that happens like literally right in front of us. And I'm like, that guy could have died on impact. Like I could have just witnessed a death in front of me. And so, my boy slows down past it. There was a, like an access road right there. There just happened to be. So there was like a place to stop on the side of the highway, just beyond the accident. And so we get out of the car, and shit you not, like 2 weeks before that, I was hanging out with him, and he was showing me this new knife that he got. He's a Boy Scout. He's a nerd about the outdoors and all that stuff. He's the biggest ski bum I know. He loves being outdoors and stuff. And he's like, look at this knife I got. It's a utility knife, has a seatbelt cutter and a glass breaker on it. So it's like designed for like if you're in a car crash, you can get yourself out of the situation if you need to. Like drive into a lake, you can freaking get yourself out of there. And so he opens the door and he goes to help, and I'm like already on my phone starting to call 911. And he just comes back. He's like, "Where's my knife?" And he gets his knife and he runs into action. And I was like, I told him later,
this man a shield.
Yeah, for real. I was like, not gonna lie, Nagady, I was kind of attracted to you in that moment. Like it was like you were kind of hot. So he does that, and as he's doing that, he runs into action. I'm actively calling 911 at the same time, trying to haul myself over the center console of the car so I can get out on the driver's side so I'm not walking into fucking highway traffic, just getting out my door. And so I'm fumbling my phone and doing all this stuff, and we get out, and people on both sides of the highway have stopped, and as we get out, we see that this guy has managed to, his window was either down or shattered, and he like crawled by himself out of the window. And so was just standing there, and he was like a little banged up, but he didn't look like he was bleeding or anything broken. He seemed more or less fine, and he was, cognizant and answering questions. And so we were there, and a few other people were there, and we were an hour into our 4-hour ride home. And so we were both like, well, that's an interesting start to the road trip. And neither of us wanted to, then be stuck there in like highway accident traffic, because both ways are going to get backed up from rubbernecking and all that shit. So we're like, okay, emergency services are going to come. The joke we said to each other was like, we got all these dads here. Cause like, it was literally like the exact scene you would imagine of like 4 separate individual, just like 40 to 60-year-old men pulled over and got out of their cars and were like, time to handle the situation. It's exactly how they were doing it. So it's like, we were like, the dads got this. We can leave this to the dads. And so we let them, and as we were leaving, the car, which was smoking, started to burst into flames.
Nice.
So literally, if he had been knocked out in his car or something and had stayed in there for like a minute, he could have just gotten cooked. So yeah, it was pretty freaking harrowing. It was like the 10 seconds taking forever was a very surreal experience. And like just watching that happen in front of you, like Alex said, like, you see cars like banged up on the side of the highway, but you never see like the exact sequence of events that led to that crash. And so like being there start to finish was crazy. And the car that cut him off did fortunately like stop down the way to like take responsibility in whatever form that may be. They didn't just run away, so we were like happy about that, in like a sort of a justice sense, I guess, that the person didn't just bail. But yeah.
Shout out to everyone that is listening to this episode on the road in their car with their loved ones.
Drive
Please
safe.
Arrive alive. Put the phone down. Listen to our beautiful voices. Don't get too anxious on the road. We're not trying to give you any bad juju.
Yeah, just calm defensive driving,
Yes, just stay aware, keep your space, look for open places where you can stay away from cars. Honestly, that's the best thing that you can do.
Yeah, don't rip 90 miles an hour past a tractor trailer truck that you can't see. Obviously, the insurance companies are going to have a field day with whose fault that crash is in and of itself. I mean, the cutting off is probably the most egregious circumstance, but it's if he was driving safer, he probably wouldn't have been in that situation either. So,
Yep.
Stay safe.
Wow.
He was
I guess the
speeding.
biggest thing-
It'll be half.
The biggest piece of advice from me is, when you're driving, don't assume that anybody else on the road gives a fuck about what you're doing,
Facts.
because they don't.
Or
Yeah.
see you
And-
by like, not even that they don't care, like that they see you. Don't just like assume that you're
Well, that's
invisible.
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
don't assume they're paying attention, or like, that's the whole thing. Like defensive driving, you kind of want to assume that like there's going to be people doing dumb stuff, because that pretty likely to happen. I mean, if you've driven for a while, that's probably happened in your vicinity on the road, people doing some dumb stuff. So yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of people say defensive driving as a buzzword, but don't actually know what it means.
Yeah,
And a lot of people kind of clown others for like being slow drivers or being safe drivers. And that's the cool thing to do. Please don't let anyone sway you into thinking that driving 90 miles an hour in a 45 is cool. Because it's not. Like you're putting other people's lives as well as your own and everyone in the car at risk for no reason other than to be a complete tool.
Yeah,
If
it's like, yeah.
If
This,
you,
about,
this is like the one. This is like the one thing I'm like super passionate about. I fucking hate bad drivers.
yeah, even if you've
Yeah,
lost all sense of self-preservation, at least don't do it so you don't rob someone else of a loved one, that kind of thing.
Right.
Like it's just, we talked about drunk driving before, of like it's one of the most disgusting things you can do is to just decide, okay, I'm just gonna roll with this and take the risk of murdering someone.
yeah.
And
It's not
probably
even
surviving
that.
myself.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's that freaking defensive driving to me just means you always be an alert. You always be an alert because there'd be times where I'd be driving behind somebody doing freaking 30 miles an hour. Like, why is this dude driving so slow? You want to know? Because he's on his fucking phone. And so that's what it really. Forget about drunk driving. Drunk driving is a real thing, but people are on their phones too damn much,
Distracted.
and that's the problem. That's
That
the
is
problem.
true.
The people driving so slow, and why are they driving slow? They're swerving in lanes. Why? Because they're looking at their phone.
Yeah, there's been studies that like, texting while driving can be like will interfere with your ability to drive basically as much as like a certain amount of drinks, I believe. So it's like
I
Yep.
fully believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even have to give me concrete evidence for that, honestly.
yeah. So for sure. And drive in a way where it's about like controlling the situation too, right? Like if you're like being attentive, like Alex said, pay attention. So it's like whatever happens around you, you have a good likelihood of reacting and just getting like out of the situation safely. Like you have
Yeah.
control of your own life and like not, killing other people too. Like
And you use everything at your advantage. Like if you can see through someone's car window and you see someone else is braking in front of them, but the car in front of you isn't braking, it doesn't matter. You should be braking. Like
right.
you just use everything at your dispense that you can. Just stay safe, man. Seriously. Too many people die for no fucking reason.
Yeah, driving's like the most dangerous thing average people do like every day. It's
Yeah.
think of it that way, but yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
an insane story.
Prayers to anyone that's lost anyone in a car accident or
Yeah.
has PTSD from said car accident.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Stay
sure.
safe.
Yeah, there's no good that comes out of it. I've seen a minor accident and it's like, no one was hurt too badly, but I think Trevor mentioned like there's his next 6 hours. Like, yep, your rate is gonna go up. You're gonna be paying more money. There's gonna be a lot of hassle involved with it, even with a minor thing.
Repairing your car.
Yeah.
Yep. The trauma that comes with even minor accidents because it could have very well been even a major accident.
Yeah,
It's fucked up, man. Car accidents are fucked. They're
Yeah.
like the worst thing in the world.
yeah.
So yeah, let's get off this topic, please, because I'm sick and tired of talking about driving. I think hopefully it's the last time we have to talk about driving on the podcast.
Yeah. It is part of life.
I'm
Yeah.
sure somebody will see something even more nuts, and we just have to talk about it. But if it comes to it,
I think the funniest part
man.
about people
I'm here for
lagging, especially when we're recording, is when it cuts out.
lagging?
No, but it cuts out right, and then it speeds you up, like
Yeah.
you're reading the fine print of an advertisement.
Yeah, you get like caught up to the timeline of the pod. It's like it's just like
It's like
Yeah,
fast
that's happening. That was happening on my end next week. That was happening to me.
next week.
Where there's like a part. There's a part where I was lagging out my ass, and it wasn't. I wasn't even saying anything. I was just sitting watching. Like my Zoom was lagging, and the voices were lagging, and then David was going really super fast for like 2 minutes, and I was just like,
Bro, such a funny podcast thing because that'll happen to me where I'm not doing anything like you're saying, but like you guys are just chaos, like unintelligible freaking monsters on the other end. But I'm just like, because I don't want to disrupt it. So I'm just like, okay, that's interesting. It's
Goodness
such a crazy
gracious,
part.
man.
Yeah.
I don't
God.
get the lag as much, but I just like there will be times where my mic cuts out, where the headset cuts out for like 10 seconds straight, and I hope it usually it's when someone else is talking and I can just like
Yeah.
but I just have to put together from context or whatever, or just like I just smile and nod, like smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. It's like I hope I understood, like, because there's a situation in which you could have like said what you were saying and then changed your point at the like back half of the sentence or something, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, and you're just like, Cameron, do you realize what you just agreed with? And it hasn't happened yet, but I'm afraid it might.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm always like, because that happens in real life and everything when you don't hear someone. And I'll never be the guy to call out, like, I don't think well, I mean, I'm sure I've done it a few times, but like, it's so awkward to like call out, like, are you listening to me? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will, like, there's a certain type of person that does that every single time. And it's like, yeah, if it's an important conversation, I understand wanting to know that, someone's listening, but people will be like, yeah, man, what's going on? Or, say some random thing. And then it's like, hey, did you hear me? Like, are you paying attention? It's like, chill, bro. You get called out like, no, I was just nodding, but like, is it that important? Like,
I zoned out for like half a second and then I miss 7 words and I have no idea what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just nodding.
Yeah, for sure. Give people a break sometimes.
That's true. Sometimes it feels bad. Like, I'm never gonna be like, do you hear what I'm saying? But then like I'm talking and then they're just like, and I'm like,
yeah.
Are they actually listening to me? Do they actually give a frick about what I'm talking about?
That's the other end of it. It's such a bad feeling when you're trying to really have a conversation. The person's just not listening. That's a bad feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Colin had an ex that like anytime I wasn't close with her at all, but anytime I would converse with her, it was just like tennis balls against a brick wall. It's just like it just falls and hits the ground, and it's like I don't know. I just, this isn't a conversation. I feel like you're just like entirely disinterested in everything I'm saying, and I'm trying to relate to you, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
And then she goes back to your boy and says, I think Cameron was hitting on me.
It's like, fam, I just like, you show like the slightest bit of interest, and next thing you know, you're a homewrecker. It's like, fam.
Yeah, no, I mean, she was the type to start shit, so wouldn't surprise me. But that's enough. That's enough slander.
Shout out to you.
That's enough slander there. But yeah.
Shout in to you, frick that.
Shout
in. Because I'm shouting. The shiny song on Moana.
Shiny.
I'm so shiny. That shit is a big bop.
True.
Moana's fantastic.
You're welcome.
It's one of those movies that doesn't feel like a childish Disney princess movie.
Nice. Yeah.
I think it might have to do with The Rock, but
yeah,
The Rock is fantastic in that movie.
Yeah. All right, I'll finish it.
Moana?
Yeah,
have you
not finished Moana?
Have you started it and didn't finish it?
I got like
listening. We were just talking about this.
Yes.
My headset cut out. Haha.
Alex with the callback.
I mean, that was.
Yo, are you listening, you pussy?
Friggin' layup.
Yeah. I got halfway through and stuff.
Alex, that was so perfect. I mean, I don't fault you for that at all, because I've done that with Nightmare Before Christmas twice.
Oh wow, you never finished it?
I have literally started it twice, and I've gotten like 8 minutes in, and something will happen, and I'll just get up. Like, I think the last time we were making like gingerbread cookies, and it took like an hour and a half, and then by the time we got back to the room, it was like, all right, we're just going to bed. Like, we're not watching this movie. And it's the shortest movie ever. It's like fucking like 70 minutes. It's not long at all.
Yeah.
Watch the freaking movie.
I need to. It's on my list.
Great.
I got roasted in my stream last week when I was hanging with the people, as I normally do on Twitch. Now I'm a big boy streamer. Yes, sir. And we were just going off on like our favorite movies ever. And my friend Anna was in the chat, and she was just absolutely roasting me for not like watching like Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas. I think, Cam, you came in. We were talking about Shrek and all that good shit.
Shrek is your big one, honestly, in my opinion.
It's not that I hate Shrek. I don't hate Shrek at all.
It's such a cornerstone of meme culture as
you
well.
You haven't seen Shrek, or you have, but you don't like it?
Of course I've seen Shrek. You know, I've seen Shrek probably more than I'm willing to admit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was under the impression you haven't
like
seen
every
it.
other day in my daycare.
The impression that Rocio gave me was that you hadn't seen it at all.
No, she's wrong.
Dang.
Okay, maybe I misinterpreted her then. But
Yeah, you probably did. Yeah, I've seen it plenty of times.
so
I've seen it at least 20 times.
okay, maybe have you seen the sequels?
Yes.
The sequel of all sequels, Shrek 2?
Shrek
Sequel
2.
of all sequels.
All right.
Yeah, Shrek is great, but it's like I think it's incredibly overrated. I don't see it being like the classic that everyone like just fucking dies over, man. Like I never had that connection to it. That whole Shrek is love, Shrek is life thing was mad weird to me.
Obvious.
That is weird. What the frick?
That is objectively weird.
Yo, that's the craziest take
like-
Trevor has ever had. Shrek is love, Shrek is life is weird. Bro, that's like cable television. What do you mean? It's not weird at all.
I mean,
Jesus.
I feel like Shrek is solidly rated, but it's just meme to death, so it's become a giant thing. But
I'm like the only soul on the planet that hates the All Star Smash Mouth song. I fucking loathe that song.
I mean,
Mm,
I don't like.
I hate it so
I don't
much.
like that
It is
song,
the epitome of everything I hate about rock music.
I remember back in the day when they would play it a lot. I would really hated it. Just you couldn't escape it, and then now I'm just like, I guess it's a meme, but whatever.
yeah,
is
for me, it's just synonymous with Shrek, so
Yeah, pretty much.
I've only ever listened to it in Shrek, so
Yeah,
It's just
it's
it's
the
one
Shrek
of
song.
it's like White Soul, honestly. It's like Bohemian Rhapsody. It's almost like that point where it's like it defines the white people.
finds the one.
Yeah, it's Smash Mouth All Star. It's Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and it's fucking Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond.
Oh, damn.
All three. Or,
So true.
Bohemian Rhapsody is a complete bop, but
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline sucks cock.
Oh,
Sorry, man. I'm
brother.
sorry. We're
Yeah,
here.
I like
We're
Sweet
here.
Caroline. I like.
I'm
Sweet
glad.
Caroline.
I'm glad. I'm not
And
trying
so
to
does literally
smack
everybody
on
else except for Trevor. So
you. Yeah.
But you are on point with that, with the trifecta of the white song.
Yeah, it's got to be.
You would, bro.
I would put
No, wait. Let David get his shit off. What he's
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, for Bohemian Rhapsody, you could go into any like high school or college like theater or music class. Like I literally had that experience multiple freaking times. Like people would start singing it and then doing the chorus and just be like,
Yeah.
all right, bro, I'm
like,
here.
dude, I went to a Solar Bears game and like it was like halftime or whatever, intermission. It's like a hockey game. And a homegirl goes on the Jumbotron and she's just like in a section by herself and she's just going, just like singing the shit. She's visibly sweating. Like she's just putting on a clinic. But it's like,
Man.
there's people that live and die by those songs.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
a contestant for the trifecta of white people songs is Mr. Brightside.
By
the Killers.
I want
I
to say it's
love
the Killers. Yeah, it's
the song.
that it is the
Hey,
the-
Robot-
the-
hey, Robot
the
Alex.
song.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
here's Alex presented by Boston Dynamics.
Boston Dynamics.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say I love that song. That song is hard.
But yeah,
Oh,
you're horrendously incorrect for saying anything negative about Sweet Caroline. By the way, I just want that to be
Aww.
affirmed. Yeah, you're just like completely wrong.
Aww. I fucking hate that song.
Yeah,
That
you're
song
just-
it's just awful.
It's just sweet.
It's okay. You can
it's
sit there
like-
and be terribly incorrect. It's fine.
People get mad hype over it. It's like the hook is fine. Like it's like it's not bump bump.
still
I know, I
horns,
see it,
though.
I get it. Bump bump bump. Great. Turn it off.
That's it's a warm community song. You said it there. Exactly. You're sleeping on it actually.
I am definitely that Big Sean video that you sent.
You are.
He definitely didn't eat that hoe for sure.
Neil Diamond did not eat that hoe on Sweet Caroline. Is that what I'm
He did
understanding?
not eat Caroline. No.
I see. Shout out to RDC World.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
shout out to RDC World, man. Y'all are fucking hilarious.
Fucking sleeping bags.
dude, because they're just playing fucking what UFC or like NBA Live or whatever the fuck it is.
UCF.
And
UCF.
UCF. And fucking y'all hear that bitch Sean's fucking
Oh my
perfectly cut.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
And then he don't even play like the bop on it, but they just still go like,
Still waking up.
yeah, it's like Crunk is dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. And that was slept on. So there you go.
Very true. Very true.
Great album. Damn.
David's saying a Big Sean album is great. Wow.
I can't deny it.
Can't
It's
deny.
incredibly solid. Yeah.
You didn't listen to Dark Sky Paradise, right?
No. Dang. Yep. Well, dang. Anything else? I mean, well, how's the streaming, like the journey of starting it up been and all that? Like,
It's fam. I'm glad you asked. It's been one hell of a ride so far, man. I think starting to build up a solid community. I have a few reoccurring visitors that just come by and give me so much hype. I had my first affiliate stream like a week and a half ago, and we ended up getting 12 subs in one night. It was like the most bonkers. It was probably I said it on stream. It was the best night of my life, like by far.
nice. Yeah.
It like just the energy. Like we had like 14 people in like at all times. We ended up hitting like 27 viewers because some guy rated me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like outside of that, it's been awesome having Alex as the mod and always showing up, and his brother showing up, and my friends from high school, and people that I met on Reddit that I reached out to, and just talking to people. It's like the sense of community. That's all I wanted from Twitch, and I don't know. I'm happy that I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's great. It has to be a dope feeling. Yeah.
I bought a streaming PC that's gonna be picked up on Friday, as well as Resident Evil 8. So we're gonna be streaming that bit on there on Friday, and
that'll be a hot game. Yeah,
it will.
Nice.
I think that'll be the kickoff for me, the real big kickoff. So
the big lady stepping on you, or whatever's going on with that.
My friend from high school, yeah, she calls her like the big tall titty lady, and she's so excited because she just wants to see me get railed by her, which is awesome.
That's what they talk about, was like that must be such a ridiculous experience as like a game designer or something like that, when they just had that like 10-second scene of her like coming through the doors and like choking you, and then literally all of the internet was like, oh mommy fuck me, and it's like, oh my, like as a game designer and developer and stuff like that, when you see that sort of reaction to like a horror character that you designed especially, is just like, what the fuck is going on?
Honestly, it's like having a game that's memed is probably the best thing that you can have for your game. Like,
it's viral marketing.
It's modern marketing. It's free marketing. It's free promotion, and people just are enthralled with it now.
Yeah,
it's so interesting to see. Yeah, I feel like some people like there's definitely got to be some of these developers or like whoever, like creative people we don't even know about, who are like trying to go for that meme factor, like. And that's interesting.
And that's the ingenuine part about it. It's like you kind of can't force it. It's got to be homegrown. Almost.
Exactly.
That one felt homegrown. That one felt not on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who knew that the entire internet wanted to be dominated by an 8-foot vampire with tits? Like, I'm actually really excited to see, because I haven't. Is that Frost?
Shout out to one of the best videos on the internet.
Facts. Yo, she kind of bad though.
Is that from? Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how she plays in the game, because I really haven't seen like too much gameplay from it.
Me neither.
I'm curious to see like how she gets woven in, and if she's a boss fight or what. But
yeah, it's cool to see Resident Evil making a comeback. There were some years where the games they were putting out.
You kind of cut out for like half a second, but
it's cool to see Resident Evil making a comeback. They were, trashed on for some years, and that freaking RE2 remake was great. I mean, 7 I hear was great. I didn't
7, man, 7. Monica said it. Monica said it.
7.
It is 7 is awesome. Like when you get a PS5 and you have like it, that's one of the free titles.
Oh dang!
Yeah, okay. So please play it.
Nice. Yeah, we'll do. I really like survival horror. I mean, Dead Space is one of my favorite series.
Nice.
That kind of thing, yeah.
What, Dead Space 3 or 2? Was it 2 that made it your list? It was 2?
2 is my favorite, yeah. Personally.
What was it? Like number 4 on there?
It was a little lower. I want to say it was 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made me want to play those games.
Trevor, we're only on episode 61. You got to stop spoiling episode 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Only on 61.
Yeah.
Let's pat us on the back for making this is our 61st episode, 62nd technically, but we're fucking out here, man.
We're definitely out here, yeah. Making
63rd
moves.
if you count 0.
Dang. Very true.
And we completely forgot to mention that our Demon Slayer episode went fucking to the moon and back.
Our most viewed one, yeah.
It is our most viewed video on YouTube now. It's like 330 views, which is fucking killer for us. So thank you everyone for checking that out. We got blessed by the algorithm for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, it's cool to see.
Play it smart. We played it smart going to see it early, and I think that was part of it because the hype was there, and
absolutely.
You know, we had some people watch it. Some people liked it. Some people didn't like it. That's fine. But we got the watch time though. Oh,
the watch time is like 57 hours. It's wonderful.
Nice. Yeah,
like 80% of the people that watched it weren't subscribed to us. So it's a great feeling, man.
That's some solid SEO from us.
For sure. Right. Shout out to Alex.
Shout out, Alex.
Oh yeah, thank you.
But if you're
the volume for Demon Slayer is nuts, so
yeah,
I can imagine how you watched the movie that weekend. The hype was there. They're looking up Demon Slayer reviews on their YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were third on 2 of those tags that you had. One for Demon Slayer, which if you looked up those tags, we were literally the 3rd result.
That was nuts. That was nuts.
Dude, when you said that in the chat, I like instantly went to my laptop. I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's literally no fucking way that our little channel is 3rd on this big ass anime. And there it was on both of them.
Yeah. It was nuts.
That's super dope. So I mean, if you're a new watcher or listener from that, welcome everybody, you know.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
We cover anime every 2 weeks. We cover music every 2 weeks, and we have these variety hours every week to keep you satisfied while we keep the content going and
chill, talk about stuff. Yeah, you know,
talk about life, talk about some current events. Not too much has been happening that I can recall, but I've been kind of a hermit, just streaming and watching anime. So
Chauvin got booked, or
yes,
thank God.
Chauvin, yeah, Derek Chauvin. Thank fuck.
Freak that man.
He deserves worse, but we'll take what we can get.
Got some accountability, you know.
Yeah, we haven't touched on that, huh? That was like the 20th. Something.
Did we not say that last week?
No, because
I want to say we did because I remember saying something about like I don't give a fuck how his name is pronounced, but that might have been when the trial was ongoing, not when it was decided. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. Was we talked about it? We talked about it before the decision.
We had a Demon Slayer variety hour last time, so
we talked. I mentioned it when we were talking about David's jury duty. So that was a while ago. So that was definitely way before the decision.
And there's my song. My song, it was a good day. I was applying to that too. Man.
Absolutely. Fuck Derek Chauvin.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys. There's a lot of political commentary surrounding like the like how, especially the Dems were using that as like a talking piece, and frickin' Nancy Pelosi, who is 2 seats away from the presidency, mind you, she said like, thank you George Floyd for your sacrifice, like justice was done. Is like, you can't thank someone who didn't, like, you can thank soldiers who go off to war to die for a cause. You can't thank a guy who just got murdered in the street. Is like he'd much rather be alive right now than be like the center of a movement or whatever. So
that was messed up. A
lot of the rhetoric is just like so out of touch and so like agenda based that you can just feel like the empathy have been drained from a lot of these politicians' bodies, and they're just robots of the machine. It's so fucking annoying to watch happen.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to honor his legacy at all. He should still be with us. So
yeah, he didn't ask for any of that. He literally got murdered by a agent of the state. And it's important to keep in mind, what the consequences of that are. Like you said, a lot of these politicians are totally out of touch. See evidence of that all the time, But on the note of that, it's just like
I was not that this is really connected it too terribly well, but I was walking out of Best Buy yesterday. I had picked up a part of my order that I got online, and once I picked it up from the front of the desk, which is like the online pickup station is literally right next to the front door, like the entrance and stuff. So it's like basically you do your shopping, then you go to your online pickup, you pick it up, and then you basically just walk out because it's right there. Well, I didn't do that. I grabbed whatever I had, and then I went back into the store and I kind of looked around for a little bit, and I was on my way out. And I felt a little weird, and I was like preparing myself to talk to the guy because in Best Buy they always have like a little receptionist basically to make sure you're not stealing shit.
Yeah.
And I was like preparing myself for like not a confrontation, but like, yes, I'm not stealing this. Like this has the order pickup thing on there, and I showed it to him like a little bit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're good to go." And I'm like, white privilege like kind of instantly went into my head. Like I know that maybe in that circumstance they wouldn't be confronted. But like I'm able to live so carefree, and it might be due to a lot of it might be due to my skin color. It's just it's like a constant reminder. Like I just try to keep myself self-aware of how easy my life is.
Yeah, it's for sure, and that's an important part of having open conversations and not being afraid to hear people talk about their experiences, their struggles, because. How would we know that? Like there's just like crazy harsh stuff that you would never think of because you haven't been through it. That other people go through a lot that you don't know about, and that applies to so many things. And keep an open ear, open mind to people talking about that stuff. There's a reason they're talking about it. It's probably not some made up fantasy. So
I still kick myself for even like being slightly annoyed at. Like, and I was like, I would get like so like emotionally torn up. I would never like lash out at anyone because lashing out online is not going to do anything. But like, whenever I would see someone complain about white privilege or like they would bring up white privilege, I would just get offended. And it's like, why? Why is that offensive to you at all? Like, it's a fact of life, and you just kind of have to take it as it comes. Like it is a fact of life. Like I don't know why it's this. Like I don't know why it's offensive, and no one can explain that to me.
Yeah, it's a condition which exists within our society from like literally hundreds of years of power going all the way back to colonialism. Like the not even dregs were still seeing entire swaths of the damage that the power discrepancy between white people and people of any other race in the country, especially Africans that were brought over here that we now refer to as African Americans and stuff like that, is like even when slavery quote unquote went away, like Emancipation Proclamation comes through, that doesn't mean anyone's letting their slaves free until they're forced to, and then once they're forced to, they just write the laws so that they basically have to work for them anyway for basically no pay. And then that like only gets slightly better until we still have like inner city schools where a bunch of people are forced to live because it's low income housing and stuff like that, where the schooling is as it is across America, funded by property taxes. And so because their houses are worth nothing and they've been made to live there, they have no access to any sort of like higher education. It's just like the system is fucking fully broken, and if you don't recognize white privilege is the surface of that. It's like not understanding that just on a day-to-day basis you get treated differently by a lot of the people around you because of your skin color, is like not realizing that basic fundamental truth of especially American society, but of a lot of Western society, is like just putting blinders on. It's honestly like willful ignorance at this point, in my opinion. And so if you can't get that far, then you're never going to get to the actual like real meat of the issue.
Yeah,
white privilege definitely shouldn't be a trigger word,
right? Because now that you understand it, you're at this point where you're like, okay, I get it. I'm not offended by it anymore. Because I mean, we mentioned this, episode 7, I believe it was, of it's not like a personal, attack on you saying white privilege exists. Like you guys just said, societal condition. It's not like, unless you're the person contributing to this stuff, they're not like attacking you. And then if you are contributing to it, changing how your behavior, that's the right thing to do, and then you can move on from there. But
it's definitely cliche, but it starts with us, so
yeah. And yes, I feel like I was gonna say something else, but you guys pretty much, killed that, summed it up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Where else can you get car crashes, streaming, Demon Slayer hype, and white privilege all in one? Like,
Talking
if y'all
about
ain't subscribed, hit that
nowhere.
motherfucking button, brother.
real life topics, man. Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So I mean,
Scrolling through. This
thanks
ain't
for
bullshit.
listening. Pretty much. Yeah. We appreciate y'all. We hope you guys stay safe, and it's been real. See you next week or next episode, and then next week, and then the week after that, hopefully.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be going on for weeks on end. And the next week, and then the next week, and the next week, like SpongeBob.
I was gonna
And the
say,
next-
what's that from? What's that freaking
And the-
from? And the next, and the next, and the next.
Mhm.
But it's in the next day, right? It's Plankton listing off how often he's gonna raid the Krusty Krab or
and
some
the
shit.
next day,
Or maybe it's
Mr.
backwards. Maybe
Krabs.
it's Mr. Krabs. Yeah, it's Mr. Krabs. Yeah.
And the next, anyway, unboxing life blowing up your inbox. That's what we got to say.
True. Making it big.
Yep. If you think that the Demon Slayer video is our #1 most viewed video, well, you'll be thinking correctly because it is. But we're gonna have more
King of
top
Sips
viewed
has
videos.
fallen.
We're just gonna keep the King
Oh,
of Sips has fallen. Shout out to that. Shout in. That.
Yeah, the King of Sips has
Word.
fallen.
The king is
No more.
dead. Long live the new king.
No
Yeah.
longer.
Take
Yeah,
that shit off Tom's head. Give that to my man Tanjiro.
Yeah,
He's
true.
one.
Mm.
But yep, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep getting strong, and we're gonna keep training just like with these animes. And,
Yes.
yep, and,
Yes.
I'll say it. I love you all.
Mm.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, if you want to catch us on socials, that's at Unboxing Life Pod on Instagram and Twitter, and r/Unboxing Life Podcast. And then, of course, you got the Apple Podcast reviews and the YouTube comment section and all sorts of rating and stars and all that sorts of shit on there. Interact with us. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, so start a conversation with us, all that good stuff. Find Trevor on Twitch. I'll let him say his link because I know he likes doing it. So I'll pass it over to him by saying, be kind to each other and stay safe, everyone.
Yes, be excellent to one another as usual. You can catch Homeboy whenever he starts streaming again. CB_LAZ3. He puts on a hell of a show. And you can find me at Takara Trove. You can find both of us in the description. We have them both laid out if you want to hop over there. We like to entertain y'all for free, basically. So,
Yep. Party over there, man. Yep.
yeah, we're only getting bigger, man. Once this setup starts hitting, and I got the nice little camera border and all the pop-ups for the followers and all that shit, we're gonna be out here, man. We're gonna grow.
Indeed.
We're gonna be growing. You guys heard it first. We'll be big. We will. Let's manifest it right here. All four of us will have one of the biggest podcasts in the world. We will be living off of this. We will make this our jobs. We will have fun doing it. We love each other. Let's just manifest it right now. Let's get them good vibes going.
Some magical thinking right there.
I'm already done with this corporate life. I'm trying to be a creative, man. So
Yeah. Yes, dude.
and fam, corporate's not the best, but I just wanted to say we love these varieties. At least I do. I won't speak for you guys, but I do enjoy these so much. Like the fact that we have such a variety, literally, of topics that we cover in an hour and just bounce off each other. That's the one big compliment that I always get from us, is that our dynamic is genuine, and that no matter if you don't know us, you'll enjoy our connection, which is like the best part about this podcast for me.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
Well said.
Love you guys. And yeah, peace out, baby.
Sweet Caroline's a banger.
Fuck you.